The land-grant university system is the greatest educational system that has ever been invented. We are the envy of the world. And the University of Georgia is an amazing example of a powerful agriculture institution. The idea behind it was that we were a growing country and that we didn't know how to farm very well, and that we needed local educators, what became extension agents, but follow all the way through to the university through breeders and scientists who were adapting varieties both of seeds and of agriculture techniques that were based on the region, on the area, the expertise of the environmental realities of the region, because the United States was so vast and so geographically diverse. To have an institution that was devoted to agriculture for that state was key. And that's why the land-grant university was created. It's a response to what the food culture, the specific regional food culture is asking you it wants to grow. So chefs and land-grants, to me, they are a marriage in heaven. I have a style of cooking that's very simple. That drove me to concentrate on flavors in a way that I don't think I would have been as disciplined to concentrate on. And that led me to, well, how is this carrot grown versus this carrot? Because this carrot tastes a lot better, and this carrot's more memorable. And what is it about that carrot? Well, I learned that that carrot was grown in a certain kind of soil. Well, okay, how'd you get that soil so it could be replicated for the farmer over here? Well, that required a certain kind of rotation in the crop and a certain kind of cover crops. And okay, well, what are those? And what are those other crops that need to be eaten to get the soil ready for that carrot? Oh, well, that's about this brassica and this legume, and okay, so I got to support those for this farmer too if I'm going to support the carrot. It sort of like keeps going further. Well, what seed carrot did you use? And that's really where I should have started. I got to that as a kind of late inning revelatory question, but it was really like that should have been the first one, because the seed determined the flavor because it was selected for a certain kind of flavor. And as I said, determined the kind of blueprint for how that farm was going to work. I came to the idea of eating cover crops based on that conversation that we started with. How do you get that great carrot? A lot of the reason had to do with there were this suite of other crops that were intermingled before that carrot ever came into the ground. And that locked and loaded the soil with the kind of fertility it needed to give you the carrot that I was so celebrating. Okay, well, if I really want that carrot, then I've got to support that cover crop that went in before it. Well, what's the cover crop? Oh, well, it's clover. And what I discovered is clover is lost real estate for the farmer. In other words, I'm paying for the clover through the carrot. I started to say, well, why is it a sunk cost? What can we do something here? I started to taste it. When I was older, inedible, but young shoots of clover, just delicious. And I started looking at that in other cover crops and realizing that at certain stages for these cover crops, they're not just edible, they're like stunningly delicious. So one of the jobs of a chef who is a proponent of this thing is he needs to get the food culture interested in clover. So I think there's a whole world of possibilities for cover crops that are edible.